What if I told you that the greatest transformation of your life won't come from chasing, fixing, or explaining? It will come from silence, stillness, from choosing not to fight for a seat at a table where your worth was never recognized. You see, we live in a world obsessed with reaction. She leaves? Text her. He disrespects you? Argue back. Someone misunderstands you? Prove them wrong. We are taught to respond, to defend, to explain our existence. But what if the most powerful thing you could ever do is walk away? Not out of anger, not out of spite, but out of a deep, unshakable understanding that your peace is not negotiable. Let me take you on a journey, a philosophical unraveling of how detachment, silence, and walking away can make you more powerful than you ever imagined. And by the end of this video, you won't just understand this power, you'll embody it. Number 1. The art of letting go without closure. Let's begin with this uncomfortable truth. You don't need closure. That's a lie we're sold by movies, books, and therapists. The belief that every chapter must end with clarity is a trap. You know why? Because the pursuit of closure often keeps you tied to the very person or situation you're meant to outgrow. You don't need another conversation. You don't need to know why they stopped loving you. You don't need to understand their actions to move on. Philosophers like Epictetus taught that peace begins when expectations end. Let that sink in. You will never be at peace if you expect others to give you a sense of finality. That's your job, and it starts the moment you accept that silence is your answer. Number 2. Detachment isn't cold, it's clarity. People mistake detachment for apathy. But let's be clear, detachment is not a lack of emotion. It's the mastery of emotion. You can still love someone deeply and walk away. You can still be hurt and choose not to respond. You can still care and let go anyway. Detachment is the moment you stop living in reaction to someone else's chaos. It's when you stop measuring your worth by their presence or absence. When the Buddha spoke of detachment, he wasn't telling us to feel nothing. He was teaching us how to own our freedom. Freedom from needing validation. Freedom from being triggered. Freedom from tying our identity to people who can't see us clearly. Number 3. The illusion of control. Control is seductive. We believe that if we say the right words, do the right thing, or become the person they want, they'll finally stay. But here's the truth. You can do everything right and still lose people. Why? Because people don't leave based on logic. They leave based on who they are, not who you are. When you realize this, something incredible happens. You stop performing. You stop contorting yourself into a version that's more digestible. You stop begging for love that should have been freely given. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up. It means waking up to the fact that the only thing you can ever control is how you show up for yourself. Number 4. Silence. The philosopher's sword. Let's talk about silence. Silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. It's the power move no one sees coming. Because silence does what words can't. It reflects. It disrupts. It forces people to sit with the consequences of their own actions. When you respond with silence instead of anger, you become a mirror, and in that mirror, others see the weight of their own choices. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage, but in today's world, I'd say, sometimes even to be silent is an act of power." Number 5. Stop explaining. Start evolving. You are not a debate. You are not a thesis to be proven. You are not here to convince anyone of your worth. Your energy is sacred. And every time you explain yourself to someone who has already made up their mind, you're wasting that energy. Instead of trying to be understood, become undeniable. Work in silence. Heal in silence. Reinvent in silence. And when you emerge, do so with such clarity, such strength, that they don't recognize you anymore. Because the man who tried to prove his worth is gone, and the man who knows it just walked in. 6. The rebirth through absence. There's a reason monks isolate, a reason philosophers retreat, a reason warriors train alone. Because sometimes evolution requires absence. not as punishment, but as rebirth. When you disappear from someone's life without bitterness, when you choose your peace over their confusion, when you detach not to punish, but to heal, you're not ghosting, you're growing. You're giving yourself the gift of unshaken identity. You're saying, I no longer need to be seen by you to see myself. And that's the most terrifying thing you can do to someone who expected you to break. You didn't. You rose. Number 7. Become a man of stillness, not chaos. Stillness is misunderstood. In a loud world, stillness is rebellion. In a reactive world, stillness is mastery. You want to be dangerous? Be still. Be unbothered. Be unreachable to the games, the manipulations, the drama. Stillness is the ultimate display of inner wealth. A man who needs nothing, commands everything. Final words. So here we are. Full circle. You're still standing, but you're not the same man who started this video. You don't chase anymore. You don't beg. You don't need validation from people who can't even validate themselves. Because you've seen the truth. Your silence is louder than words. Your stillness is strength. And your ability to walk away is the birth of a power that no one can take from you again. Now, if you're ready to master the art detachment, if you're done reacting, explaining, or settling, then do this. Like this video, comment below. My silence is my strength. Subscribe to the channel and join this movement, because from this moment on, you're not proving yourself to anyone. You're becoming undeniable.